So in previous videos we've talked about jumping air squats. Today we're going to talk about jumping push-ups or plyo push-ups. Why are these important? Well, they develop speed and power, but not just that. From a skill perspective, we talk about a couple things. We talk about falling, which is displacing our center of mass in relationship to our base support in order to create movement. And the other one is change of points of contact. This change of points of contact allows us to flow through movement. But it doesn't just do that. While we change the points of contact, lifting our feet off of the ground, lifting our hands off of the ground if we're doing push-ups, we are losing stability. So when we lose stability, we have to have more motor control in order to manipulate the body and to execute the movement properly. So jumping push-ups are really important. So I'm going to show you a couple things to focus on. If we understand that the push-up is just pressing myself off of the ground, I want to think about this as a jump. I'm going to load myself on the way down, and then I'm going to explode out of the hole. How I think about this is at a 3-to-1 ratio. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1. That's what I'm looking at. If I can load myself up properly, I'll be able to explode out of the hole the right way. If I load myself up too fast, I'm most likely going to lose that traction, and I won't be able to use the elasticity of that bottom position to pop myself out. So loading up, 3-to-1 ratio is super important. I come down, 1, 2, 3, big pop. As I pop out of the hole, immediately I'll feel that my heel or the heel of my hand starts picking off the ground. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow that to happen, and I'm going to actually press off of my fingertips. This little press off of the fingertips is something you will see in gymnastics when people do round-offs or tumbling passes. They would press off, and that hand would go into almost this little hollow body shape. So if you just look at my hands, I'm going to come down, count to 3. On the way up, I'm going to explode, press through my fingers. Down, up, fingers. And that's what I'm looking at. Am I able to take off? So once we understand the takeoff, now we need to start thinking about the landing. The landing position is going to be the same thing we just had originally. I'm going to come down into it progressively. I don't want to just drop to the bottom. I want to progressively pull myself into that hole. So it's going to go here. 1, 2, 3, pop. 1, 2, 3. That 1, 2, 3 on receiving is going to allow me to be progressive in the loading and not catch in a locked out elbow or catch at the full bottom where I don't have control. So that is key and essential for jumping push-ups. Now the last thing to focus on is if I had a vertical elbow on the way down, as I come back to it, I need to be in the same shape. So if you look at my hands from the front right here, I don't want to take off in one position and land in another. I don't want to take off in one position and land in another. I want my shape to be the same when I take off and when I land. Everything should be maintained equal throughout a progression.